Hello everyone, this will probably be a long video. Here I'm going to illustrate and show you why Vantage is not dead and why Vantage is in fact very effective against nasty defense a lot of people are talking about lately. The main culprit, legendary Sigurd. He is a beautiful man, but people hate this guy because of that. Still, there is something interesting I haven't seen anywhere. I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, no one has mentioned the fact that Sigurd's damage reduction is tied on foe's HP. Some said that, but no one has related this weakness to a Vantage strat, because Vantage actually makes Sigurd weak. As long as Sigurd is not attacking first, the movement buff will never trigger. So later I will show you how to destroy my return trap with Sigurd, which performed really well last week, as well as how to destroy Eldervi's defense. This is kind of a replication because I do not have Dancer Sigurd. I keep seeing people mentioning this defense everywhere, every day, so it deserves serious consideration. But first, let's start discussing Vantage strats and ideal candidates for those. First of all, here is my story. I was using Matthew for a long time, even before Layla existed. He is one of my favorites in all games. I was having a lot of fun, very effective and fun, yeah. Today, however, he is still good most of the time, but against the strongest defense, he just fails. Odd recovery, units stacking too much defense is not helping. Fast save with triple distant guard also is another problem. Players at highest tiers understand the meta. Actor is a pain, and in general, most AR offense threats deal physical damage. People are also scared about Duo Lean, who is completely stupid, so they use ARD attack def, unity, and this altogether hurts physical weapon Vantage and Layla as well. Thusly, people are probably not prepared for this. So yes, Vantage Mage Tomes are probably, I would say, the best candidates as of now. Still, if you watch my other videos, you know it's not my typical build on Julia. It uses NFU and double solo, eventually Iceberg with Mystic Boost Secret Seal. I just furthered close foil because in the future I want to play with no follow-up and attack res solo seal when it's released. But I was also thinking eventually Blade Tome is nice on her. I don't know yet which weapon is best on Fallen Julia. I will not be surprised if Dark Scripture is much better with Julia Vantage. But I still wanted to try a Blade Tome and see what happens. In any case, Fallen Julia has the ideal stats for Vantage: high attack and high resistance. If you don't have Julia, I would say Ilyana, the infantry blue tome, is the only F2P option I would recommend because she has very high attack and res and workable speed to make a follow-up in case she fails to one-shot. Otherwise, a very strong candidate for Vantage. Unfortunately, it's not easy to get. Micaiah Blue Tome. I didn't further anything yet, because as you can see, she is my only copy. With plus attack or plus res and a good number of merges, she's probably the best candidate, and I will invest in her if I could get more copies and good IVs. Those scary defenses I just mentioned abuse a bit too much of ranged cavalry, and Lul is not affecting Micaiah's damage. She only needs effectiveness to one-shot everything. And Micaiah also destroys armor units, especially if you see range armor units like Valentine Faye with armored boots. She's moving fast. Well, Micaiah can one-shot her with effectiveness, and armors can use LOL. The other reason why this Micaiah is good is that if they use Hardy Bearing, she's likely surviving the first hit thanks to the damage reduction. And yes, she has very good stat line here, like I said, very high attack and resistance. So, I know what people say about Blade Tome in general. It's weak to LOL, but cavalry units only negate 2 stats. So with enough drive attack and buffs, you should be able to kill cavalries. And if you don't one-shot them, that's even more reason why you need high resistance to survive the first hit. So let me explain also in detail why high resistance is very good. More people now are not using Hardy Bearing seals. Vantage is dead, Brave Ike is almost dead. But when player uses Hardy Bearing, it's very often on a range threat. Mages, such as Bramimon. Or otherwise you would see legendary Lilina. She has Hardy Bearing in her weapon, so she doesn't care about your Vantage, and that's why you need high resistance to survive Lilina. And negates as much as possible the AoE damage. Other range threats as cavalry use in Dancer Sigurd trap setup are all range cavalry like Winter Bernadetta, Selena Windsweep, Reinhardt, Veronica, all of them again dealing magic damage. Fast save armors usually deal physical damage, but you can easily dodge them. And in Anima season, also, you would see Seros very often. And Seros requires high resistance to activate Dragon Wall, so having more resistance will nullify her damage reduction. In case some people use distant counter Seros, if you have enough resistance and enough buff for your Blade Tome, you can easily one-shot Seros and ignore her damage reduction if you have enough resistance. So, okay, let me illustrate first with my defense and show you how you can destroy it eventually. So I changed the traps and some stuff, such as the Lul on Chrome. I use Wings of Mercy instead of Lul Attack Death because this Julia without Dark Scripture would die to Legendary Chrome. So, you will see what happens. Very simple and straightforward. So, Holy Knight Aura is not active. And yeah. So from now, as you can see, the situation doesn't look too good from a defense. Easy cleanup from here. And yet I can tell you this defense is really strong. From the replays last week, very strong. But of course, as you can see, this was only possible because of Bernadetta. Vantage turn 1 is actually not easy to set up. Because if you have the lightning trap here, it's easy. But sometimes the lightning trap is hitting too much. And you don't want, in fact, to start the Vantage strat with too low HP. You want just enough. Something like, yeah, close to 70-75 HP, because you want to recognize the fact sometimes it might be possible you miss a kill. And if you miss a kill, well, you need enough HP to survive the first attack. So testing and activating a lightning trap is not always consistent and reliable. But someone like Bernadetta with her unique weapon allows you to lower the HP at the right amount. The ideal HP percentage. Yeah, I made a mistake. It shouldn't be this team. Okay, so this is the replication of Eldervi's defense. So here you see there's a problem. Flash. So you will ask, how can you tank all of these ranged cavalries here with Vantage while avoiding Flash? Well, that's why you need a very high resistance mage, because even if Veronica performs her follow-up, she's dealing 0 damage to Julia. So this means if you can bait Veronica with a much weaker unit, forcing Veronica to move past Julia, this Julia will avoid Flash. So let's see now.
Choose your path. Over here? As you command. I'll do it.
So from here, both Plumeria and Bernadetta are in range of Veronica. But Veronica doesn't have enough attack to destroy Plumeria. And she doesn't have enough speed to make a follow-up against Bernadetta. And she deals no damage to Julia, so she will not attack Julia. And let's see what happens. From here, you can guess the cleanup is easy. Not much to say. What you need in general, I repeat, is for Vantage strat, you need weapons like this, granting attack and res within in combat. So you need joint drive attack or drive attack, multiple drive attack to make sure that Julia will one-shot eventually. So I know a lot of people would strongly suggest not see Disrupt, because lately we see a lot of these healers like Sarah in a return trap setup, or just cavalry healers with Flash, and Flash is probably right now the best answer against Farsave. It's not always working because Flash is still dealing 0 damage to Farsave armors, but it's probably the best we have right now, and that's probably why people say NCD is good. But I feel this kill, I could be wrong, but I think this is overhyped. There's definitely a way to bait the healer with a weaker unit, as you have seen right now. So you can avoid Flash or Dazzling this way without NCD. In any case, as you can see, those units are melee units, and these are the last ones standing. It should be relatively easy, but I think you get the idea. As long as you avoid Sigurd, Holy Knight Aura, everything should be fine. again flash as well. You have to find a way to bait Veronica without forcing, by forcing Veronica to attack someone else. It's very simple. This map, is very open, and you can place a lot of units in such a way that she's attacking the units that you want. So I know you may not have Winter Benedetta. This could be a kind of a problem, because this is the only way to enable turn 1 Vantage reliably, because as I said, activating bolt trap is not always reliable, and I wouldn't do that. We don't know if in the future we will get another unit like her, and when. In any case, the next double special heroes will probably feature Benedetta and Duo Peony. Both are very strong picks. In air defense, Benedetta allows nasty return trap like this. She can also activate Brave Lysifia's weapon, which is super strong. And I also use Winter Benedetta in my Astra Season, Gale Force, Ardent Sacrifice, Altina, and sometimes even Ophelia if I need AoE nuke against far save. And she can, as you can see, allow for Vantage turn 1 reliably. There are so many possibilities with Benedetta, she's wonderful. Otherwise, Peony, Duo Peony is also broken. Gentle Dream is devastating. Plus 10 attack during combat, in total at least, is very dangerous. It easily destroys Gale Force relying on Heavy Blade, because you will most likely fail to trigger Heavy Blade if enemies get something like plus 10 attack more during combat. You can't go wrong with any of these Green Tome units. Now, I have just one last thing to say. I don't have fast save, and I will never use it. I like strategies, and fast save is just overkill. I know it's possible to destroy this kind of defense, and this one as well, with fast save. But it's sending the wrong message to IS, in my opinion. It's asking them to release even more power creep at a faster pace. And I'm usually okay with power creep in general, and feel it's needed, but not at this pace. It's actually running at lightning speed, and I'm kind of scared of that. And that's why I like the idea of reviving an old strategy using modern tools, Vantage plus Benedetta's weapon. So yes, I guess that's enough for today. Thanks for watching.